Hey there, this is Bill Williams, the Dirty Affiliate Marketer, and I'm back once again with my July eBay sales. July was a good month for me. It was probably the best one I've had ever so far. I've only just learned how to use the sold listings on eBay this year, so 7 months, and it took me that long to make 37 sales, I think, or 38 sales on eBay for July, which is up from like 20 last month. Anyways, to get started, I sold this. It was a 2 extra large sleeveless, just a Harley Davidson motorcycle shop shirt. And I picked it up at a yard sale for 51 cents. I sold it for 15 plus 5, and it cost $3.50 to ship. And then I had a Carhartt pocket t-shirt with the logo on it. I paid 15 cents. It sold for 10 plus 5. Cost $3.66 to ship. That was this t-shirt here. It was even stained and everything. And then the St. John's Bay. This was an old shirt, and I wore the hell out of it. My wife wore it, and it was wool, so it shrunk a little bit. You see how it's curled up on the bottom here. Anyways, that was when I had my closet. We sold that for 20 plus 5. It cost $6.90 to ship it. And then I sold a Comfort Colors J Peak. I call it a spell out logo. It cost 12 cents. Sold it for 15 plus 5, and it cost $3.84 to ship. That was this shirt. It was just a t-shirt. There's the color, Comfort Colors, size medium. I don't think there's really anything special about this shirt. And there was this stainless steel loose leaf, just like a tea thing. You put your stuff in that little whatchamadoohickey and stir it around in your cup. I picked that up for 12 cents across the street. Somebody paid 5 plus 5 for shipping. Cost $2.66 to ship that. And I had a Airwalk bicycle hat I picked up for $2, and someone paid 17 or 15 plus 5, and it cost $3.18 to ship. That was this hat. It was pretty cool. Big thick embroidery. And there's a tag. And then there was this Led Zeppelin mirror that I got at the fair when I was a kid. You know, I was like 15 or something probably when I got this. A 4-inch little mirror with a little bit of defect on the back where the paint peeled off. And I sold that for 15 plus 5 for shipping. Cost $3 to ship it, or $2.92. And then there's this World Team, Herbalife World Team leather, faux leather, lined paper. It was just a journal. Somebody paid 25 plus 5 for that. It cost $3.82 to ship it. That was this book here, just a book that is blank on the inside. It's got pages lined. Nothing overly great. And then there's these. I bought a bag of 21 of these leather patches. There's a bunch of different paintings on them. But I looked up this Joy Rose. I think she was probably painting these patches in the 80s, is what I think. I found her obituary. And it sounded like she was doing watercolors later in life, and she was doing some art to sell earlier in life. And I think this looks more like something you would do to sell. So I'm figuring that this stuff is already vintage, but I'm just selling them as a hand-painted 5-inch leather squadron patch. And this one, I bought 21 of these for $10, and this sold for $20 plus $5 for shipping. Oh, I paid 48 cents for it, and it cost $2.66 to ship. And then on Craigslist, I sold 3 of these. Those are their gates for keeping your kid from going down the stairs or going through the doorway, or keep your pets in the right room or whatever, or out of a room. So I sold 3 of those for $30. Those were free. Picked those up at a free pile out in Whitefish. People just leftover yard sale. They just had it out in their yard, said, come and get this stuff. So I made $30 on those 3 gates. And then there is a pair of Harley Davidson 34-32 blue jeans I picked up for 51 cents. Somebody paid $20 plus 10 for shipping. Cost $6.90 to ship them because they fit in a padded flat rate. That was these. Just a pair of Harley Davidson jeans. Well used. I wouldn't say there's anything special about them. Here's a Marmot men's plaid shirt. Here's a tag. There's nothing overly special about this shirt. It had a good color. It's a nice casual shirt. I paid $0.25 for it. Sold it for $15 plus $5. Cost $3.34 to ship that. And I sold an ancient 30-gallon Milwaukee gas water heater. It came out of my back room. It was hogging up the closet where I'm storing all my boxes, or some of my packing materials anyways. The guy sold it for $30. And I did that on Facebook. That was Facebook Marketplace. So that was this. Just a water heater. That was gas. And then I sold this cutting board, a Cutco cutting board, 8.5 by 12. Apparently they don't make these anymore. But this is the one I got when I tried to sell Cutco. I become one of those independent sales guys or whatever, sales rep. I was never good at, face-to-face sales, especially for overpriced cutlery. I mean, they're nice knives, but they are expensive. But anyways, I got 10. Let's go look here. I had that. And I sold it 10 plus 10 for shipping. Cost $6.90 to ship it. And then I sold a storm door, screen door handle latch thing. I picked it up at a yard sale for $3.75. I sold it for 10 plus 10. Cost $6.90 to ship that. And that was just one of these things, a doorknob for a screen door. And then there was this Cyclopean 2009 music. Cyclopean music. It was a Misfits hat. Had some wear here on this little bill part right here. There's a bunch of, because this is like rubbery vinyl covered. And when I washed it, because it was just kind of dirty, and I figured I'm gonna have to wash a bunch of this stuff anyways, because it had cat hair all over it. Yep, it sold for 10 plus. Oh wait, here it is. I paid 51 cents for it. Sold it for 17 plus 5, and it cost $2.66 to ship. And then I sold a Cool Cup Miller Red Dog logo foam beer cozy. I had this in my own junk pile, so it didn't cost me anything. I sold it for $20 plus 5 for shipping. Cost $2.66 to ship. Oh. That was this here, Red Dog. The thing was on upside down for some reason. The cup. See, it's upside down. So anyways, I also sold this Toyota Racing Development shirt. And this was a really cool shirt. It was a small though. It had tags, new tags. Lots of embroidered stuff all over it. Patches. Really pretty cool if you're into this kind of shirt. I picked it up for 79 cents and I sold it for 30 plus 5, and it cost $4.10 to ship that. And then there's an Herbalife 3-year achievement pin, I guess. They just mail that to you if you've been an Herbalife distributor for 3 years, I guess. That's how I got it. And then somebody paid me 8 plus 5 for shipping, and it cost $2.66 to ship that. Definitely nothing special about this pin. I sold this. It was a vintage Boy Scout or Cub Scout, or I'm guessing Boy Scouts, but I put Boy, Cub, Eagle, and neckerchief scarf slider hold thing. But if you look down in here, there's a 1. There's a 1. And it's got some, the little back plate is actually riveted. A lot of them now, they just fold the metal and you just pinch it to make it tight. But this is an old one. And these people paid extra for shipping too. I was charging 10 plus 5 for it. I got it for 0 cents at a garage sale. And there was a bag of Boy Scout stuff, and it was a dime. And when I took it up to the lady, I said, "Hey, this is a dime." I told her, "I don't got a dime." And she, "Oh, just take it." So I got that. I was selling it. I had it listed 10 plus 5, and they wanted priority shipping, so I shipped it 10 plus 10. Cost $6.85 to ship it. And then on Craigslist, I sold an old 14-foot trampoline that was in my backyard. I had it listed for $100, and the bouncy mat was wore out, and so I sold it for $50. That was this one of these. I sold this. There's a hole right here right here. It's wearing through. You can see the ground through it. There's probably others too, but anyways, $50 for an old trampoline. And then a K Products Skeeter denim and pink mesh girls strap back trucker hat. Paid 50 cents for it. Sold it for 18 plus 5. Cost $2.79 to ship. It was this. Eat, Sleep, and Fish. K Products. Then I sold this. It was a Cherokee Hawaiian shirt with cocktails and fancy drinks. It's 2XL. It was pretty well used. I picked it up for 30 cents, sold it for 10 plus 5, and it cost $4.10 to ship. And this came out of my junk pile too. I have an 11-inch by 11-inch Route 66 tin metal decorative replica sign. I got it. Mom gave it to me a long time ago, and now I sold it for 5 plus 5. Cost $4.94 to ship it. And that's all that was, just a little tin sign. And I sold this Save the habitat, save the hunt. NWTF. Habitat turkey hunting was new with tags. That was it. I picked it up for $1, sold it for $15 plus $5, cost $3.18 to ship. And then I also sold a pair of fishing shoes. They were Hodgman, and I got those at a yard sale for $4. They sold for $30 plus $15. I was able to ship them for $8.15. They fit into a regional A box. I thought I was probably gonna have to use a medium flat rate, but they fit into a regional A box, so that saved me several dollars. So those were these pair of Hodgman. And then I have a bunch of these, so there's still 3 available, at least right now, as of 8/4/2018. These are just some magnetic pins that say I love Herbalife, and they're enameled. I've had these for a long time. I don't remember what I paid for them, so I say I didn't pay anything because they were junk. 15 plus 5, cost $2.66 to ship. And then here's a book my dad gave me about 20 years ago, probably. When I came back from California, he gave me his old Triumph and this motorcycle repair manual. I did sell his Triumph for $2,100 about 5 years ago. And anyways, I sold this book for $75 plus 5. I think I probably could even went higher on it, but I just felt like I wanted it to sell. And it cost $3.68 to ship because I sent it into media mail. I used media mail because there's no advertising, and this is strictly informational. It's like education. It's a book that teaches you how to repair a 2-cylinder motorcycle. And this book, it survived my dad had a trailer when I was a kid, and somebody burned it down, and this managed to make it through it survived the trailer fire, which is kind of amazing since it was a trailer fire. But anyways, the interior pages are actually in pretty good shape, but there is some water damage and smoke damage, and this guy was happy, even left me positive feedback. So that was nice. An old shop manual he paid $80 for it. And then here's a Boeing, just a t-shirt I picked up across the street. Nothing overly special, it's just Boeing. I knew somebody would want it because Boeing's pretty cool. I think it's probably kind of a nerd thing, but whatever. 25 cents. And they paid 10 plus 5. I paid $3.34 to ship it. And then there's a pretty nice Pioneer Wear heavy cotton blend blazer that I picked up for $5, and it sold for $35 plus 10, and it cost $8.15 to ship it because it fit into a regional A box. That was this. It was just a Western style blazer. Was it 2-button, I guess? Here's a tag. Albuquerque, made in the US of A. Yeah. And then I sold this. It's a Predator camouflage, extra large, long sleeve t-shirt with a pocket on the cover. Actually, this was unsurprisingly I don't know. It was just overly... People like this shirt, apparently. Or maybe it's discontinued or something. But I picked it up for 15 cents and was able to sell it for 25 plus 5. And I even got positive feedback from this guy. It cost $4.10 to ship it. And then I sold these, which got positive feedback as well, which was a Johnny Stewart wildlife call, predator wildlife unusual distress calls cassette. It was a cassette. I paid 12 cents for it. It sold for 10 plus 5, and it cost $3.05 to ship. So that was this. It was just a cassette tape, 30 minutes per side. So the packaging. Johnny Stewart. If you're a hunter, maybe you know this guy. If you do calling, anyways. And then here's a blue and gray Daystar Camelback. It's just a canteen, like, backpack, hydration backpack, day pack. This one I guess doesn't have a bladder. Or maybe it does. Oh yeah, it does. Daystar. So it was nice. I paid $4 for that. It sold for 30 plus 15, and it cost $12.45 to ship that. So that one I think did fit into a medium flat rate. And then I got 3 metal brain teaser puzzle things. I sold them 5 plus 5. Cost $2.79 to ship it. I did not think these were going to sell. My wife gave me a bunch of junk, and these were some of that. I was like, nobody's going to buy these. There's only 3 of them. I do have another half of one, but I didn't add it. I didn't want to confuse whoever bought this. You know, I think these came from Walmart. I found one on Walmart that had like 8 of these or something for $7. And somebody paid $10 for just 3 of them. So that was surprising. I did not think those were going to sell. And then here's an old t-shirt I had hanging in my closet. Pretty sure this came from my mom as well. Mossy oak. Just had... I didn't really like it because of the cinches at the sleeve length. There's a jerseys. You know, just a t-shirt. Somebody paid 11 plus 5 for that. It cost $3.66 to ship. And then I sold a 2XL Wah Maker, I guess. Wah Maker. Frontier clothing, geometric plaid, western, blue, black, gray vest. I paid 12 cents for it and got 30 plus 5 for shipping, and it cost $3.50 to ship. It's pretty cool. It's got a nice pattern. And it has some buttons that are metal and kind of floral, I guess. And then there's the patch. Made in USA. So that was that. And then I sold these. These are Gore-Tex rocker walking fitness athletic shoes. MBT, I guess. They have the big thick roll rocker. And kind of a big scratch here on the side, but whatever. I picked them up for 12 cents and was able to sell them for 35 plus 15. Cost $12.45 to ship. Those went in a medium flat rate. I got one of these. If you find these, grab them if they're cheap enough, because even used ones were selling for around 35 or 40 bucks. I mean, some people were selling them cheap, but it's a Presto Shine On Home Travel Electric Shoe Polisher. Mine was unused. I paid $3 for it, And I set a high price on it. You know, I was seeing that someone sold theirs for 60. I think probably was free shipping or something. So I was like, well, they're not getting free shipping, and I'm gonna get 65 for mine. And so I said 65 plus 10, cost $10.80 to ship it. And that was this. Just a shoe polishing travel kit. There's the brushes that you put the polish on with. They just push on. There's some buffers. There's the case. Presto, shine on, home travel. Bottom of the case. There's the instruction manual. Here's that stuff, in case you want to know any of that. But yeah, I got 65 plus 10 for that. I was going to keep it because I thought, man, that would make my life so much easier. But I said $65 and I'll sell it. And then I sold this. It's a Rancher's Reserve Tender Beefsteak, full tang, wood handled, 4.5-inch blade knife. It was just a nice steak knife. There's, you know, it barely looked used. You know, somebody used it a few times over the, you know, probably just kicked around in a drawer. I paid 50 cents for it. Somebody paid me 10 plus 5 for it. Cost $3.18 to ship. And then I sold a 2 extra large Tanjay woman's short sleeve blouse top that my wife gave me. Must have been in her closet. I got 10 plus 5 for it. Cost $3.05 to ship. That was this. It did. There's the tag. Had an unusual fabric. I think it's unusual. You can see it's kind of like crinkly, sort of like if you imagine that stretchy material they wrap around your finger or when they take blood and they stick that cotton thing on you, and then they wrap some weird material around your arm to hold it in place. It's kind of what this material reminded me of. Now here's a close-up of it. So I don't know if you'll. It's kind of unusual, I guess. Anyways, that one sold. And then here's another Camelback little hydration fanny pack. This was the Flash Flow, I guess. I'm thinking maybe that looks unused, but I don't know. Maybe they just stuck it back in there. Anyways, that was that. And I picked it up for 51 cents and sold it for 20 plus 10, and it cost $6.90 to ship. And here's a sneak peek at this month. This is July. So far, my sales in July, and it's only the 4th. Or no, July, August. August is what it is now. So I sold this stuff already in August. So that was that, man. I had a good month. I was not feeling like it was the summer slowdown. Finally picked up. I was back up to about, I think I got up to 87 sales in the last 90 days. I'm back down to like 85, maybe even 84 now if I go look. But that was July of selling on eBay. Junk that sold on eBay. See, it was the first time that the whole page is green with sales. See, there's my previous month. And the month before that. That wasn't a bad month, but. And that one. But as you can see, that's my year so far on eBay. So, if you thought this was cool at all, give me a thumbs up. Or if you hated it, just thumb it down. Doesn't matter. Leave me a comment if you feel like it. And good luck with your searching, and I hope you make some serious cash selling on eBay and Craigslist and wherever else you feel like selling. So, later.